change yourself to fit in. You get a big reaction, so popular. Consume as a loop in you. Consume as a loop in you. Be yourself.
You enjoying that?
Do you reckon, if the glass is cold, does that go blue?
Yes, that is exactly what happens.
Does it?
That's what I was wondering.
Put it on your heart and you might find out.
Have you not seen it on
must be on the sun then? Does they say that?
The advert with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I know the cans go blue, but I didn't know the glasses.
I know the cans do. I didn't know the glasses.
This is shite.
Do, man.
I'm going to go put that in the fridge when you finish with it, mate.
Anyhow, welcome to this week's Always Smiling Faces podcast.
You notice your breath can be both things though. Like, so, when you when you want to cool something down, you blow on it.
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
No, it does. It absolutely does. But then if you've got cold hands, you'll blow on your hands. It's weird, isn't it?
Facts. Back with the podcast.
Sorry, once. I didn't realise one. Sorry there.
Your breath can be both hot and cold.
That's true.
Smelly.
We're talking about breath.
Mark, you know
being
about
hot
breath,
breath.
don't you?
Cold breath. Bad breath.
You should probably talk like that for the rest of the podcast, mate, then it won't hurt people's ears.
It'll still be too loud.
Quite annoying.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Always Smiling
here we
Faces
go.
podcast.
We're back. We're in here. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are finally woken up.
I was just, I didn't have one.
You just enjoyed his pint?
I wasn't explaining about breath.
Breath. Take my breath away. It's the first time you haven't smelt of garlic.
Yeah, I didn't have any yesterday actually.
There you are, that's why.
I don't know what I had last night. I can't remember. I had Chinese or something. Yeah.
What was her name?
I had a.
Cream of something, guy?
Done, we're not being that.
I did have a pizza and garlic on Saturday night though. It was lovely. Chip shop chips. I'm up.
We're going back down that route.
No, I think
of what kind of chips there were.
Chips.
No, I'm just saying what I ate.
Was it proper chip shop chips?
Proper.
That's all right then.
Chip shop.
Proper chip chops.
Let you
Chip
off.
chop
Chip chop chips.
Chip chop chips.
Actually, I might get some of these.
So you can probably just see that we're avoiding the topic that we need to be talking about this week.
Oh, we're not here to talk about football.
So Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton.
Where do we start with them?
Yam don't know. Why do they call each other yams?
Yams, I don't know.
Yams. Yams.
Well, I suppose you start at the beginning, don't you? Well, before kick-off. Team sheet or?
Team sheet. So Shaw, he wasn't there.
Yeah,
suspended.
It was a shame, wasn't it?
Richie was back in.
Yep.
Reverted to a 3-5-2.
We did.
Yep, good. Yep.
Other than that, there was nothing major. Atu was playing.
Yeah, were you surprised Kennedy wasn't back in, or did you just think, oh, fair enough?
What was wrong with him? Did he have a toe injury? Or
He's
was he
been
ill?
He's
I
been
heard
poor.
two different things.
He's been poor, hasn't he? The last few games.
Poor or poorly?
Poor.
All right.
Poor performances.
Has he been that bad?
He hasn't been terrible, but he hasn't been. He's been poor.
How many times are you going to say poor?
Poor.
Poor. He's been
Poor.
poor, and you say Perez has been poo.
Oh, don't even. Well, actually.
Oh, we're going to give him some credit. We'll save this. We'll have a drum roll later on.
We'll save this one.
We're going to save this some credit.
Until.
We're going back. There's some Matam on here. Keep texting me, right? Doesn't reckon that. Oh, sorry. I'll mention that when we get there.
All right, okay.
There's a reason why I was going
Do
to
you
say
want
that.
another macaroon or podcast? I can't give you words.
Podcasts.
I haven't even had a full
So
pint yet.
Kennedy, right?
Yeah.
I am surprised that he might have been injured. That's fair enough, but
Well, he wasn't because he was on the bench, wasn't he?
No,
He came
but
on.
He didn't play against Everton either, did he? So the midweek.
Yeah.
So it still surprises that he hasn't been starting. Bearing in mind he is meant to be, God Almighty, we're craving to sign him, weren't we?
He's supposed to be the most creative.
You would think
winger.
so, yeah. And I'm surprised at how poor he's been, to be honest with you. But
Poor. And that's for me. That's why he wasn't in the team, because he hasn't really done a lot in the last few games. And you could argue that he is being, played slightly out of position. He is a bit more narrow than he's probably used to with the formation we've been adopting.
maybe, yeah. Okay, I'll give you that one. I like him more narrow, personally, to be honest. But
I just think he can, playing in that role, he can go missing.
He can go missing no matter where he plays.
That's true.
But you would expect, if he's out wide on the left, the way that we play, that you would get the ball out there and you'd see more of him.
So,
where he's slightly more narrow into the middle of the pitch.
Atu was in instead of him. Atu played quite well.
For me, Atu was superb.
Superb.
First
Is
half.
that the player that I got wrong for saying that we should play one time?
No, that was Jacob Murphy.
No, I am positive on this podcast.
Who told you?
You always did. people coming from down upstairs telling us, man.
Upstairs?
Well, you know.
But the roof?
No, I'm sure I sat here and said, well, there's other players that should be getting to go. Atsu was one of them. All hell broke loose. And I think against Everton, he played well. He missed an absolute sitter towards the end.
Then
That was harsh.
No,
Harsh to say it was a sitter.
Come on,
It was on his wrong foot, the wrong
Come
side.
he wasn't.
Come on.
I'm not
He's
having
about
that, like-
7-8 yards out, man.
He was at the edge of the box.
Was he shite? He was on the 6-yard box.
Nah, he wasn't.
He was.
He was 78
So he had a
yards
shot.
out.
He had a
was
shot
just inside
on
the
the edge
box.
of the box. Then he had a shot where I think it was Perez put him through.
Oh, the first one that he shot, he made a great save, Pickford. That, no wrong with that.
It's
I'll
the
tell
one
him
that
to do a review that
came
every
in
day.
from the right, isn't it? And it came onto his right foot and he tried to hit it the first time.
Didn't give us this wrong foot bollocks either.
Christ.
I didn't care if it was his nose, man. He probably would have generated more power if he had nosed it.
Oh, he didn't
Be generating
he didn't
more
connect
power
it
than
with
that.
it.
That's
That at
terrible.
all.
But anyway, sorry, I'm going back over. The thing I would say, actually, now bear in mind, he hasn't been in the team at all, to be fair, right?
He's been him.
Well, he has. He's been in and out, hasn't he?
Get his stats up. I reckon he's played about 4 games.
Get your start.
I reckon about 4.
He played against Man United,
1,
Everton,
2,
Saturday.
3.
He's definitely came on as a sub few times. He 100% has.
No, I didn't come so.
No, he has.
Didn't
Oh,
come
right,
so
we're just going to
like,
start
oh,
now.
yeah,
Right, if we're going to start now.
Crikey, Rafa, when he makes his subs, it's like 81 minutes gone.
If that's the case, we can't say Jacob Murphy.
I never want to see Jacob Murphy ever. But
You
anyway,
were calling out at the start of the match to see where he was.
I always do as I laugh because everyone give us grief for him as well. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. He's crap, man. Let's just get on with it. He's useless. I'm sorry he is, but anyway, Atsu on Saturday. Sorry, apologise. Sunday. So loads of energy from him. Worked really hard. I thought. A lot of the times the poor lad had no chance. He's getting the ball. A crowd are up. Come on, go at them. Well, there's only 4 to beat, mate. Like he's had.
I was a bit disappointed with him first half. I've got to admit, he did work hard, as you're saying, but there was, and I don't know if it was because maybe he'd been told to, but he wasn't trying to get in behind them.
No,
or
for me,
making any runs between the defenders or anything like that. He was just kind of dropping off and waiting for the ball. That was the only thing that I could pick on him for that first half.
The thing that I liked about him in the first half was his immediate thought was get it in the middle. He took one touch and just got it in because obviously you realise when you've got up front. But I love that thought process. What's the point in having to? Why have you got to get to the byline and beat the whole team to cross the ball if you can do it early on and just bend it in? Do you know what I mean? And he tried it a few times. It didn't work obviously, but I'm just saying I like how we're trying to get it in early for a run-down, which is good.
It's strange how we've reverted back to those tactics where people were saying that would never play. Getting the ball out on the wings and chucking it in the box.
But sorry,
it's a thing that would say Rafa will never ever play that sort of football. Yeah. He is now. Run-downs there.
Total change of formation, though, isn't it?
It
It plays into
it's the best formation,
into being able to do
Look
that.
back 2 seasons ago and we're saying Rafa's so stubborn he's not going to change formation to accommodate Mitrovic, and now it looks like we're doing it to accommodate.
But I think it's because he's more comfortable with who he's got at the back to be able to play that formation.
Well, he might not be after that performance.
And also, speaking of that,
Well,
Lascelles.
one person.
Lascelles comes back into the team.
Oh god.
That was just like I don't think anyone will even argue against. That was a bad performance, a bad day all
terrible.
around.
Well, I've realised he can't play the right side of a 3, right? He can't play there. He tactically doesn't know what he's doing. He's technically not good enough on the ball. I mean, crikey, man. How the difference between Shaw and him is unbelievable, isn't it?
I mean, we've all sat here and looked at the central defenders that we've got at the club, and I think he's bottom of our list. We weren't taking Clark into consideration at that point, but to be fair, after the last 2 performances, I'd probably rather have Clark in front of him.
How has this happened then, do you feel? What's the reason for it?
Do you think he's still playing through an injury? Because he just hasn't looked fit since the start of the season.
I don't think he looks fully fit. Like I don't think he doesn't look sharp, does he?
But is it something like that, or is it his mind's just not there at the minute? Because for me, he just doesn't seem to be concentrating on particularly what's happening around him.
So their first goal, if you look back at the replays of that, the ball's coming in, it gets whipped in, and Lascelles, he doesn't know which man he's marking to start with. He's looking around, he doesn't know who he's marking. To be fair to the striker, he goes towards, I think it's Fernandez, and he drops.
I'm putting my blame on one other person, like not Lascelles.
Well, I know I've seen your tweet on this, and I'm fully against that opinion. Like,
what were Yedlin?
Yeah,
Yedlin's marking for 40 seconds,
He
man.
wasn't, not at all.
What?
So
What?
their attacker,
He's watched a different game, you know.
his attack, the attacker drifts in. Lascelles stays in the box when every single other player has came out.
Whoa. No.
So he plays him onside.
I'm not saying, never sat down, I never spoke about offside, I never spoke about dropping deep, never spoke about pushing out. Yedlin is marking that man, right? Them have the ball and Yedlin leaves that man. Now that's why when the goal goes in, Lascelles turns round immediately. Yedlin goes, where were you? Yedlin had him.
Nah.
He was
so
marking.
Lascelles turned around and went, where's that player came from?
No.
Because he had
Where's that player gone?
He had absolutely no idea
So
that
the
he
way
was
I
there.
see
I would
Absolutely
advise
no
you to
idea
go and
he
watch
was
it
there.
again.
And that ball comes in.
So you don't think Yedlin's to blame, period, on that one?
So the ball
Not
comes
at all.
in.
Unbelievable.
And Lascelles, he looks over and he sees a player there.
Exactly, and
does see him.
that is the
Then
exact thing.
The
He
most
looks.
frustrating thing, it happens in a split second. The ball comes in and Lascelles has realised everyone else has stepped up.
Yep.
Then he stops.
Yep.
I'll give him that one, right? That's
He
fair.
stops just dead. Then he realises, fuck, he's behind us. Then he tries to get back.
Well,
Then
But
obviously
he
Does he-
doesn't.
does he
He
try to
didn't
get
even
back?
try to get back.
Takes
He
it down,
just
takes it down.
he turned
Yeah.
around.
Chest of steel he had, didn't he?
And if you
superb touch, like, he
you
takes
just
it down and,
go
like,
back to Wednesday, Everton's goal was a carbon
it's-
copy.
The thing with Evans goes,
Again, he lost the man
ball
that
lands
was
at his
with
feet and he can't do fuck all with that really. He can't
But
do
where was the
anything.
man?
Exactly, right, directly
Exactly
behind.
the same position.
But I get what
Like
Decker's saying
Yedlin.
with the whole Yedlin thing, and I could probably understand it. The point Lascelles hadn't actually looked and saw him there.
Well, I
that
think I
build-up.
counted. I've watched it 5 times now, right? Maybe a bit more than that, actually. Maybe I would 6 or 7 actually. He looks at least 4 times. He looks at and he's like, "That's fine. Yedlin's there. Fine, Yedlin's there." He doesn't look the next time, and the next time he does look, he's not there. So, all right, I'm not denying that he maybe should have pushed out with Yedlin as the line. I'm not saying he shouldn't have, but I do feel that Yedlin was there.
It's
and,
just
and,
pure-
and Yedlin's moved up away from
It's
him.
lack of concentration, and for someone who's
And
a
communication
leader,
and communication between the back four.
someone that's a leader,
Five,
supposed to be a captain on the pitch, and I'm not saying in many ways a captain and leader on the pitch. We all know that he can do that. Is the fact that he didn't know where the rest of those defenders were,
I'll give you that one.
and
Yeah.
the fact he looks up and his brain must go fuck.
Oh, immediately,
For him to do it twice in 4 days as well.
Do you know what it is as well?
4 to 5 days.
The actual finish from the lad was dreadful as well, wasn't it? It went
Well,
straight,
it's straight at Dubravka, but it
Aye.
was so close to
Oh,
Dubravka.
of course. I'm not blaming
Dubravka.
Dubravka.
Dubravka just tried to make his body big, didn't
No,
he?
I'm not blaming Dubravka. I just mean like it was a poor finish, wasn't it? You know what I mean? But even taking that goal away, that mistake, whoever you believe was in fault, his performance was poor. He was setting he was hesitant to going for the ball, which will come on to the bloody last one. On the ball, man, he's just
So-
awful, man.
You give that ball to Fernandez and Shaw. They take the time, they look up. If there's space in front of them, they'll move with the ball. Lascelles, he'll pass it sideways to the next defender, or he'll just lump it. If there's a player closing him down, he'll just lump it.
Or back to keep up.
Or back to
probably,
keep up.
How many times did we have the ball in midfield and it went back into the back three and just went from one side to the middle to Lascelles, back to the middle, back to Clark, back to the middle, back to Lascelles.
So is that what you're saying? Maybe one of them transitions Shaw would have then. I feel Shaw would
Because
have
there was
made
there
that
was
move.
no effort to move forward.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Wolves player Traore was chasing everything
He
and
was,
closing
yeah.
everything down there. They were making it difficult for us to do anything. But
Do you feel this formation? I'm not just saying it because I like it. I feel that we'll look more comfortable on the ball. I always feel we'll have more options available.
But you've got
Looks-
more.
looks
You've got
amazing.
more to be able
I
to
do.
pass to.
Yeah.
However, where it kind of plays against you is we had them, and they had two very, very strong and lines that were across their back because they were playing a back five at times. When we had the ball, they was dropping back into a five, and then their midfield was right in front of them. But their defence was so far up the pitch, they were like on the end, like basically when we had the ball, like on the edge of the centre circle, and their midfield was on the
So they
halfway
keep always
line.
standing outside their box.
Yeah,
aren't
they were massively up the pitch, and this is why I couldn't see
Why wouldn't you do that? Why you would? Because you want no pace.
But
Why
we've
haven't got
got
any
to.
pace? However,
The amount of times that we had a chance to put a ball through or over the top or something like that, and it just never happened. In the first half.
If I was
In
playing
the
against
first half,
Newcastle,
it
I
never
would
happened.
tell my back four to get as high as you want. Because Rondon ain't beating anyone. No, I love him, but he's not beating anyone pace, is he? That's why
The only
teams
thing
can
you got
just.
to worry about is
We've got-
counter attack with the likes of Yedlin and
Well, that's-
Renato.
But
So that was
they're pushing high when we have the ball.
It's going to take a lot for Yedlin to get up
of
the
course
pitch.
it is.
And that was missing for me massively in the first half. Was anybody to?
I still thought we played well in the first half.
I'm not saying we didn't. I just thought
I thought we looked better than them.
we just were almost lined up man for man against their two lines and not trying to. Whereas what Traore was doing was he was in and out between the defenders, going in behind them, dropping off.
So what
in,
player
out.
should do that? There's only one name I'm thinking.
So Rondon should have been doing it.
No,
but you've also got Perez.
Perez is the one.
Yeah, Perez up there
Doesn't do
should
that.
be doing it, but he
doesn't
was
do that.
sitting in midfield. But then you had Atsu and also who else was Key and Diarmi, who they were sitting. Sunday was the first one for me where I thought Key wasn't on his game.
Well,
he went.
I thought he did well.
He didn't play badly, but I would liken him to Shelby in that game. Is that he wasn't getting that playing those forward passes all the time. It was going sideways and sideways into feet.
But even when
Very, very patient.
I thought even when Key was well, I thought he played well Sunday, but when he was playing well, every pass wasn't forward. Like, I mean, some of it was just keep on and what is it, water carrier, just keeping it ticking over. But I thought the first half, we played well. We'll probably get on to the goal now.
So our
maybe.
goal, yeah.
I mean,
so we'll get straight on our goal, the free kick.
Oh my god.
So when we won that free kick, I just thought, well, we're never scoring this. We've been useless recently at free kicks. So we've got no one that can score a free kick. Then Rondon got it when he's just going to lace this. When he took that and picked it out of the wall, I thought,
the wall, because obviously I'm sitting like bang on in line with the kind of thing, and the guys in the wall, when it was getting lined up, they were asking the keeper, should we jump or should we stay down? And he was like, no, stay it down, because he must have thought he's just going to try and blast it straight through the wall, but which he did, but he still put it up and over. So had they have jumped,
it was like Kabai's against Man United.
he probably would have got it. But
that crossbar.
he absolutely smashed it. I don't know how it didn't.
I thought it was
bounce
him.
and go
It
in,
wasn't
like.
obviously, but I thought it was. It was Kabai's against Man United for me. It was just what it was.
Yeah,
It was
it looked very similar.
It's a single.
I honestly, when he hit, I thought it's going to smash into the wall or it's just going to go
But the best
flying
thing
over.
about that, obviously, he didn't score the free kick, and it was Adam that pointed that. Obviously, went. Did you see who crossed that ball in?
Oh, what a
It
cross.
was Rondon.
What a cross.
So he crafts his all stuff together at the side of the box, picks the ball up, and that is pinpoint that cross. And Perez, that's a fantastic header.
It's an unbelievable header.
It was nigh on carbon copy of his goal the other week.
Oh,
it was the same kind of thing with
It
that
was the
little
same kind
glancing
of thing,
header.
but God, it was a
ball in.
better header. It was a better header than.
Great.
It was an amazing header, that, you know. To generate. Oh, it was amazing.
So he runs over and he does that celebration again.
And that's fair enough.
Where do we stand with the celebration?
I fucking hate it. I
Why?
absolutely hate it.
You're telling you to be quiet.
No, but like
wish you'd made a t-shirt.
I'm just joking.
As I said, the first time he did it is that if he reacted to the boos, if he reacted to the stick that he gets in a positive way of grafting his arse off, putting his fucking his money where his mouth is, and saying, right, you're obviously upset with the way I'm playing. The fact that Rafa had dropped him the last time when he scored the goal, he should be, giving everything that he can to try and put it right. He doesn't. He's still got this chip on his shoulder. Fair enough, because he did get booed, he got jeered and all that kind of thing, but you should use that chip on your shoulder to actually go and stuff the words down people's mouth.
Well,
I'd like nothing more than for him to have a performance every week where I can't sit here and slag him off. But going and running like that, and it's like, no, I'm not listening. I'm not going to hear you. I'm not going to. It just shows a petulant, arrogant side that if he was performing to be able to be petulant and arrogant, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But he doesn't.
Well, I want to see that celebrations 30 times a season, because that means he scored, obviously. So I've got no problems.
That's going to be his trademark celebration from
yeah,
now on.
I've got no issues with it, me. I had no problem at all. What I would say
Yedlin
about
did it as well. Did you notice Yedlin
I
did it as well?
He did it back on, didn't he?
I thought Perez on that game, I honestly did feel like he grafted, but I again though felt that he kept losing the ball in areas where he just didn't need to lose it.
Look, I can quite happily sit here and say that was one of his better games that I've seen him have had. There is things that I can pick up on and say that could have been done better, like you're saying, going to ground too easily.
Yeah. He did
pulling out of tackles and stuff like that.
He held on to that hanky more than what he's ever held on the ball. Do you see him the full second half? He's running with that hanky in his hand. We'll get on that in a bit though.
So, but it was a better performance from him. But
It was.
which, as I say, I would love to sit here every week and say Perez was brilliant. I can't do it.
I agree, and I don't like him. I don't, but I kind of look at. No, I'm not. I was going to say something, then I'm not. Doesn't matter. Sorry, move on.
You can't say that.
Well, no, I'll say it. I'll say it because
tell us afterwards.
no, because I'm contradicting myself, and that's why I don't really want to say it. But so I seen somebody tweet and say, "Listen, like he's cost £1.5 million, like."
He got £1.5 million how many years ago?
Yeah, but then I'll go on to say Kennedy then, right? So we're saying how much is Kennedy valued at then in today's market? How much are we going to pay for him? We're talking about breaking the bank, really, yeah? Breaking our record for Kennedy. You have to be honest here. You have to be honest, and I have to say Perez definitely offers more than him. Like,
I think the most frustrating thing about Perez is that he's never really improved massively.
He's been at the club 25 years. He's still as bad as he is.
This is why. That's why I stopped. That's why I try to stop myself, because I've sat here and said
it's been a very steady.
But if that's who he is and that's what he is, then that's just what it is. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
so there was a stat today that I seen. What I retweeted out. Yeah. He's played 121 games and scored 22 goals. Is that good enough?
It's not, but it isn't. And of course it's not.
That's it. Thanks. Good night. Thanks
that's
for
on
calling
like
in.
shoulder levels, that isn't it? Like,
it's not that bad.
Yeah, but my God, we've had some shite in that 122 games. Like, he's been part of it. Like, didn't get us wrong, but crikey, we're a bad team. We've been a bad team over that 122 games. In fairness, yeah. But listen, we all know the guy's got quality. The goal he scored on Sunday was brilliant.
He had a good game on Sunday.
Absolutely
he
brilliant.
had a good game.
It's not necessarily the falling over for me. Sometimes, you know, well, it does do me head in. But there was a chance, right? We're broke late on in the game, right? I was just shouting, "Go to the corner." To be really honest with you, as usual, the fans are wanting to go for a goal. Still believe that's why we lost, because of what happened for that goal.
I know what you're going to say.
But anyway, just go to the corner and kill some time. No. He wants to come driving in towards the box, and he
has a simpler idea. He has a simpler idea. Pass the ball to someone.
But there wasn't many people there at the time. There wasn't.
Come on.
There was only one, and it was Josh Lewin. On his performance coming on.
Put your foot on the ball. Turn round.
Should have just took him off the field.
Midfield.
You should just took Josh Lewin off the field. You should just took him off the field.
I don't think, put your foot on it, sit down on it.
No, but you're talking 93, 94 minutes, just run to the corner,
so after
get fouled.
We got the equaliser, we dominated that.
Oh, unbelievably, yes.
Second half we were fantastic.
It was back to the
because the stuff that I felt was missing in the first half, the movement, the runs in behind, trying to get in at them, absolutely came to fruition.
I thought we were brilliant in the second. Honestly, I did.
We were
brilliant.
Really,
well,
really good.
What I will say,
four sub. So Fernandez went off at half time.
Oh, what a killer!
And so
why did he go off? I didn't notice. I didn't see
100%
anything
injured.
wrong.
100% injured.
But
it might have been.
Never have looked at that
but
and seen
I
those
think
anything
it might have
wrong
been a
with.
feeling. You know, like it's a bit tight. This guy.
I've got a feeling.
You know what I mean? And I think that's why he took him off. Now Manquillo, my God.
So when you saw Manquillo warming up, obviously we were still in the concourse at this point. And I thought, that's the cells going off.
Dummett was warming up for ages and ages as well. I thought Dummett was coming on.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I think they were thinking about doing that, but then they changed their mind, I think, and thought, actually, we can just move Yedlin there and then put Manquillo right.
See, I didn't think
once I seen Manquillo warming up, I quickly looked at the players and went, shit, it's Fernandez, that's cool.
Yeah. I didn't think it was a bad substitution, because it allowed us to keep a bit of pace and a bit of effort on the wing. I didn't think Manquillo would go right back. I thought what would happen is he'd drop into left,
so I
and Clark would have come across.
And it was
really
Manquillo and Yedlin. I thought, bloody hell, what's going on? Yeah, and I thought Yedlin was playing centre back at one point.
He was.
Well, he
was
doing the right of the centre.
He was.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, that, for me, that was the only way you could do it. Like.
But I thought that's just them powering down this side now. I thought.
No, well. I don't know. I don't want to be harsh.
I don't think Manquillo was bad when he came on.
Oh my God, he was horrendous. My God, honestly, man, he was. Oh my God, he was awful. He was awful. I'm sorry.
Even before, as soon as he came on that second half, he made 3 runs up the right to get it behind it, and he never got the ball
because it's Manquillo
3 times, and he would have been through all of those times.
What I'll then tell you then. So here's another one for you. There was a lovely move we did, right? It was an amazing move. Sure, it was also the point when Key just dummied the ball a few times, played the ball over for Perez. We eventually got Manquillo open to cross it. He put it out for a goal kick. Can you remember that one? Please say you remember that one. He was actually in, ready to cross it. Here we go, first time goal kick.
Screwed it.
I just could not. The lack of quality on that side of the field when you haven't got Yedlin. And Yedlin's not the greatest in the world at crossing.
So speaking of not having Yedlin, that formation didn't last too long.
Oh, didn't it?
About 10 minutes before Yedlin gets sent off.
So after them, I'm
So
say after
during the game,
so at the
real
time,
I said red card all day long.
see, at the time, it didn't even cross my mind that he was going
Right
to
in front of me, so that's why I thought.
Well, I'm in line with it. Obviously, you're looking
I'm
across,
that close from him, I could have fucking grabbed his shirt myself.
and I'm like, it didn't cross my mind that he was going to get sent off. I thought, it's a booking and a free kick.
Well, every video
Absolutely.
I've seen of it since is where I sit, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Cameron must
yeah.
just be behind me where I am. 100% was a red card for me in full view. Only reason I'm saying this as well is roles reversed. If that was Perez bombing on, I'd be saying he's off.
And the argument which just came now, there's a still going around, and it looks like Lascelles is there. In real time, Lascelles is never getting anywhere near.
See, that's what, because I know, like, after the game there was a bit of debate between us when we were talking about it. At the time, I didn't think it was a red card. I fully expected the referee to give a free kick and book him. Yeah. As soon as he started running back, I seen his hand go to the pocket, and I went, he's off here, and I couldn't believe it because there was a bit of a scuffle happening, and then he did foul him. But again, as you're saying, from where I am, Lascelles, he was still a good way out from the goal. He's not going directly through on goal. He's coming straight away from it.
No.
Lascelles is there.
I disagree going away from goal. I'm sorry.
He's going.
He's
No,
going.
he's not. He wasn't coming. He wasn't kind of coming in towards the goal. He's going.
I know I shouldn't do
forward.
this. I shouldn't do this. So you keep talking. I shouldn't do this. But
So
it was a bitter.
So
So
my
then-
angle, he's on the edge of the box and he's heading it directly towards goal.
I shouldn't do this, but Martin Hardy's put a good one on the day. I'm sure it's him. There, he said that, now to me, he is on his way to goal.
He's on a diagonal heading towards Dubravka.
But look how far out he is, man.
But the quote that he's saying here, is this an obvious goal scoring opportunity?
No.
To me, what makes that is he's if
that's on a goal scoring
He
opportunity,
hasn't got the ball under control.
He's not going to hit himself, man.
He's
running off the
25 yards out. You've got Yedlin and Lascelles there.
If you don't think that's a goal scoring opportunity,
Yedlin's not
however,
because he's gone.
what I will say is put myself in the opposite side of things, then yes, I'd be calling for a red card. But at the time, watching it live, I didn't think it was.
What
Immediately
makes me
after
think
the game,
about
I
that
didn't think it was.
Is the fact he's through, and maybe he does get a shot away. If he doesn't, he's got to play away and then tap it in.
Well, it's not because Lascelles is
2-on-1.
Lascelles is across the other side as well.
No, but his point's correct. Is that if we're saying
FIFA goal, that isn't it?
it is, if we think Lascelles is back to defend,
Yeah.
obviously he's clearly going to go to the guy with the ball. He'll then just square to him. So, ironically, I'm not actually blaming Yedlin at all. Now, what I will say though is going back to how we lost the ball.
Yeah.
I said this in the first half, right, and I really shot myself in the foot. I should have never said it. We were passing it round to the back, right, and I really enjoyed to see we do that. I feel as if the days of just lumping it are going a little bit. And I says, sooner or later we'll get caught out, but I don't care because I'll take what we're trying to do. My God, I paid for that. About 40 minutes later. Now everyone around us is going, you should just hoof it away. I have to disagree.
No,
you take your medicine and you
It
get on with it.
was just a poor touch.
It
Wasn't
was a
It's
poor
just-
touch.
you look
yeah.
back,
and he was straight on him.
You slow it down, and Lascelles, Yedlin is fouled first.
He is.
Yedlin is 100% fouled.
Yeah,
He's
he
pulled back.
He is.
The ref can't see that, you know. And
It's-
we don't like him, but the ref can't possibly see that from that angle. Do you know what I mean?
So do you think that'll get rescinded or not?
I think it will actually.
Do you? So I don't think it will.
I think it will based on something else.
All right,
Which
right,
one?
okay, yeah.
I just feel that's what I'm
So
saying.
we'll try to even it out.
You cannot do that though, can you?
Of course you can, but they can do what they want.
So if
I would
they
say to
take
you,
it all in regards to what happened with Yedlin, they could look at it and think,
The-
it's
what-
the wrong
what
goal.
they
But
should
if you
look
take
is-
it further back and he was fouled first. Like
Yedlin
reactions to
Yedlin is
Dubravka.
100% fouled first. They're both pulling and grabbing at each other. Yedlin gets pulled and slips, and then
obviously,
he
yeah.
pulls him back.
That's true.
It's stupid that Yedlin, though, isn't it? It's instant reaction, but it's daft.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's it. See, because I thought
He'll be a massive miss, you know.
I don't know. I don't think what he's trying to do is to pull him over. What I think he's done is try to stop himself going down and almost like try and pull himself up to try
So how
and
many
get at
games
it.
did he
But
get banned for? Because there's a bit of confusion with the rule at the
three.
minute, because apparently it changed not long ago, and it might only be one.
What?
Something to do with goal scoring opportunity.
A straight red's only one ban?
No,
One
so
game
a straight red is 3.
Well, no, 3. It's only if it's violent conduct. It's 3, isn't it?
Yeah, so apparently now it might only be 1, but no one's confirmed this. It's just rumours going around.
Now, if we then
That's- I
appeal
think
that, could then that be extended because we're appealing and we haven't got the grounds to appeal and I think we're taking the piss?
I think it'd go at 2 or something.
It could,
because
but
it's only an
they
extra game.
can extend.
So then I don't think we'll appeal then if it's only 1 game.
I'm
Sorry, I
sure,
thought it was
like,
3.
I might be wrong, I might be completely wrong, but the rumours have been going around today that it could possibly
I'm
only
sure
be 1.
it's only 3 if it's violent conduct,
Oh wow,
and that.
wow.
Don't quote us, so you might listen to this, you might be over 3. But
Adam will be googling it in a minute.
I have a Google. Hey, 1 game would be
So-
amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah? That would be really good.
I was expecting a couple of games.
I thought 3 straight off.
well, I thought 3 until this article which was going around today. I'm not sure how true it is, like, but
Oh well, that's
Well, that's it, because the
good news,
rules
right,
the
I guess.
rules all changed because it was the double jeopardy thing as well, isn't it? Whereas
Yeah.
if you
Penalty that,
you know
yeah.
penalties and stuff like that, then
Do you think that's a good rule? I personally do.
yeah.
actually.
I think
well, yeah,
it's-
because you're going to get punished twice if you send a man
Yeah.
off and give a penalty. But from the opposite side of things, you could
actually
book
save it on the
them
line, couldn't you?
And
You
you
could-
could
you could be a
miss the
keeper.
penalty, or the keeper could save it.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
Yeah. Yeah, that would happen to us. I don't know.
well, it wouldn't because we never get fucking penalties.
That's true. Like, yeah. Obviously, then we had to adapt again. Didn't we? Had to change again when the yellow went off. So then Manquillo had to then go there, which then meant that side of the field was just getting peppered, which is understandable. We're a man down.
But to be
But
fair, I don't think we struggled.
No, well,
going down to 10 men.
But you won't though with that formation, and that's what I was saying to my fella was the 3-5-2, the way that you play it. All you had to do is move Perez to where Manquillo technically started the second half, and you're pretty much the same team. I know Rondon's
just
getting
got Rondon
starved.
by himself
He's getting
then, isn't it?
starved, but the setup of the team.
But
is
that
pretty
then,
similar, really.
having Rondon up there by himself, that for me then brought out the best in Atsu, because
Fair
that's when
comment.
he then started actually really bombing on, getting up, supporting them and stuff like that, making those
I don't
runs.
think we've said enough actually how good Rondon was. Like
I was just about to mention it.
Oh, he's hold up
That,
play,
that
his
ball,
flicks.
it just sticks to him.
he's unreal.
How
Like.
good is he? Like, Shola was good at controlling the ball with his chest. Rondon's a whole different level.
I think
Because he doesn't just control it, he knows exactly where he wants that to land once that's in the air.
Even like the balls up in the air, he was winning them, bringing them down and stuff like that.
work rate off the ball,
He
man.
must have been absolutely fucked
No,
at the end of the game.
I'll give you the money.
I mean, you could see as it went on, you would think, oh, he's getting tired, but
Yeah.
he put a hell of a shift.
Did
in.
you think that we needed to bring him off? Because I didn't feel he looked gassed to me.
Rondon.
Like. I don't
Nah.
think he looked gassed enough to come off.
So I think it was a one because they started just chucking everything forward. I don't think the ball was sticking as well as it had been.
I do agree with that one.
So I
agree
think
with that one.
Hoslu is probably that. I was going to say, I'll say it, a bit cleverer in that when he gets it, he will try to take it out to the byline and stuff like that, rather than trying to bring others into defence or to trying to go
So
goal.
when Hoslu
probably
came
not
on,
as clever,
Well, I
as
thought-
brave or as gung ho as Rondon might
What
be.
I thought with Rondon is what he was unbelievable at was with relieving pressure in the sense of he was getting the ball, and because we were a man down at that stage, we didn't have anyone to support him, so he just took the hit. He was just getting hit, and then we could reset and move up the field. When Yosselu come on, right, honest to God,
he was bad when he came on.
God, mate, you have to remember, right? As a substitute, you've been sitting there watching the game, right? You understand how the game's playing out. You must be fighting fit, ready to get on there to try and make a difference. I don't think he won anything. I don't think he ever held the ball up once that I can remember.
He struggled when
He
he came
just
on.
lost it
He did
time after time. It's unbelievable. So, and I agree partly what you're trying to say there. When I used to see Yosselu, I did think he was quite intelligent at times, to be fair. Not in that 10 minutes, however it was, because we were throwing balls on, right, and he's hooking them on. He should realise there's nobody going to be there. There's no one. I thought it was terrible. It was terrible
So
for him. Terrible.
I think jumping back from where we are now, obviously Evan had a chance which hit the crossbar, probably the exact same position.
Evan?
Yeah,
We're on that Wednesday.
again. Because we didn't do it Everton review. Wolverhampton
Yeah,
hit the ball exact same place as what Rondon
Pretty
did.
much, yeah.
And
Well,
I
that was
thought
all they
that
had
actually
though
shite.
was hitting us on the break with. And again, it's what we saw last week with West Ham. Any opportunity they had to get forward, they just absolutely tore through
So
because they've
we'll
got
go-
pace.
we'll go
We're
to
massively missing
the
it.
Perez incident.
Oh my God.
During real time, I thought, nah, it's Perez being Perez.
Yeah, I did.
That's what I thought. Just
100%.
Just because
So
of me.
At the time, it didn't
thoughts
look
on
like
him in
anything,
previous games.
and the fact that not one of our players appealed none of theirs kind of stopped and look at it. They just broke, and I think, I'm like, I went, just get up, man, just get up, because I think because I originally thought, when he's gone down because they're on the break, he's doing his usual thing of, I've got a hair out of place.
So
I'm going to go down.
Did Wolverhampton hit the crossbar after that?
It was from that, yeah.
Was it from that where everyone was screaming?
No.
Wasn't that there?
No. Dubravka pulled off a great save.
No, it was that. It was that save, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll come on to the ref in a second, but from my angle of where I was watching it, I'm more like that way, if that makes sense.
I'm looking at it straight at the far end.
The way I thought it was his elbow. Having said that, when I've seen replays of I didn't know how intentional that elbow is. He just helped, everyone jumps like that. Yeah. To me, when you watch the replays, he doesn't.
100%.
But anyway, the way that his body, Perez, literally was in the air 1 minute, and just you can physically see him getting moved back. I was like, whoa, that's really bad. Like, and from to stay down and the referee not to even blow up. I'm expecting a penalty.
That's the most frustrating thing for me.
But to not even blow up to say like, no, there's a head injury.
Well, that was it. Yeah.
He'd be done for that, man. That's not allowed in modern games.
That's the stupid thing is he says he saw it. He was looking. And you look at the replay back and the camera. He is looking directly. The camera's behind him and he's looking directly at it. Yep. He turned around when he went back to Perez and said, "You didn't get elbowed. The ball hit you in the face."
And I've got the screenshot when he's already being stitched and the ball's there.
How can he be looking at that and not see the ball?
It's a disgrace, man. It's an absolute disgrace. It really is.
Shocking.
And it's a disgrace no matter who that happens to in football. It hurts because it's us. But no matter who that happens to, that's wrong. That is not... He's a professional official, and he's an experienced official. He's also a shit one, like. But
now, if he turned around and said, he's caught you, but it wasn't... It's been an accident, it's been a clash or whatever, and he'd stopped the game and gave them a free kick, then it was still hard done by, but at least he's acknowledged that something's happened there with that incident, and alright, he's caught you with the elbow, he hasn't gone for you, but you've gone down, you've got a face, a head injury, what it is, that I need to stop the game and do it. But to allow them to break down, and then he still didn't even actually acknowledge the fact that he was lying down. It had to get to the point of other people pointing and saying,
I think
he's still down up there, and the crowd as well.
It took a good 40,000 people to tell him, like, and he obviously he then went back at the end. Perez was having his life, like. Perez was really, really going for it, wasn't he? Rafa was at the fourth official as well.
Obviously, Perez went off the pitch after that because he was bleeding.
How long was Perez off the pitch?
Right. That
fucking wound me up.
Perez, did you notice that? So he's too busy arguing with the fourth official.
I know.
With his back turned to pitch.
No.
Is that not what happened?
So fair enough, he might have been doing that. However, the referee never looked across to wave him on once.
You sure?
That was because I was watching it, waiting for it. Because I was talking to the lad next to us saying, we're down to 9 men.
Yeah.
So I was kicking off, but I thought it was because Perez backed the pitch. The referee, even if he looked over, Perez wasn't ready to come on the pitch.
So what should have happened as soon as the goal kick was taken, or was it a corner? It might have been a corner or something like that, wasn't it? Yeah. As soon as that happens, you should be waving Perez on the pitch.
Perez was too busy.
Yeah, I'm going with Chris on that one.
But he didn't. I think it then went out for a header and it went out for a goal kick. And again, once the goal kick was taken, he should be waving Perez onto the pitch.
But Perez wasn't even
ready.
He
still didn't do it.
But he wasn't.
But he didn't even look. He didn't even look to the touchline.
He would have been in the ER of the fourth official, surely, though. In fourth official, this guy's just gone mental. Just give us 2 minutes. Like, because Perez wasn't. He was just going at the fourth official.
It's his job as a referee to get the player back onto the pitch.
It's also his job to send somebody
else. He didn't do that until we went up further up the pitch, and I think we got a free kick or a throw in. And when we took that, that's when he waved them on.
But having said all of that, that was bad decision on both parts. So the initial penalty, it's 100% a penalty. A red card it should be, and if it's neither of them, you should at least be bringing the player back because of someone lying on the deck with it.
What annoys
that is the least thing. That is the least of the things I expected.
Is what is going to happen on the back of that man? Nothing. And
absolutely
that's
nothing.
What pisses you off, man.
Referees and everything that came out and defend them.
How can that be?
I've got no idea. Because saying the elbow wasn't intentional, but the thing which makes me think
it doesn't matter if it's if it's not intentional, he still had to see it.
The thing which is,
how can he not see it?
So when he jumps, right? Fair enough. If you jump with your elbows, both of them. He only jumps with one.
He knows.
So his right one's still there, and his left one's the one swinging.
He swings at him right. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I wish. I don't know if it would have made any difference, but I don't know if the players had have maybe seen it and really reacted. I don't know if that would have made
See,
it.
that,
I don't know.
and
I don't
that
know.
was.
We never,
I
That's
do agree.
always telling.
I agree totally what you're saying. No
Always
one did
telling.
no one he
we
did.
never do that. It's been a long time since we've appealed something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if the players had have done that. The ref might have thought, "Shit, has that really?" Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm influenced the decision, maybe. You know, but going back to what Mark's saying, spot on, is that at the end of the day, if he doesn't think it's an intentional elbow, he has to stop play for that head injury. Simple as that.
The only excuse is he hasn't seen it.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Hasn't seen the elbow. But then why say the ball hit you in the face? The ball did not go anywhere near his face.
No, I totally agree.
So
imagine if Evan had I keep saying Evan. Fucking hell. I'm doing it again.
Brighton.
Crystal Palace.
if they score that,
If Wolverhampton score
fuck
that,
me.
that's hell on that, isn't it?
To be fair, there already was hell on because
No,
that
but
got
if that hits the back of the head,
that got everybody was raging by that, but it would have been
Perez would have soon been back on his feet then.
tenfold.
Yeah, the game could have been abandoned, like because there could have been absolute.
It would have been hell on.
Which we should have done that and then wouldn't get.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
no,
should've.
I agree. There would have been.
But this is the point where Perez got the hanky for the rest of the game. He's running the boot with his hanky in his hand, wiping his nose. There's nothing. There wasn't a bit of blood on.
How big was his nose though after the match?
Oh, he had to get bruised down his face.
His nose was massive.
When he come back on. Actually, he was playing pissed off, which I liked.
I like when players play like that.
He done a fantastic turn on someone, left him for dead.
Yeah, he went down the right
And
hand
I
side.
think that's when he give it to Manquillo and he held it for a goal kick.
See, and that is what I would like to see of his reaction to being booed or to be getting stick is to play with that chip on his shoulder in a positive way, to say, I'm going to show you I'm pissed off, so I'm going to do everything I can do to ram those words down your mouth.
I'm gonna have to give him credit actually. This week actually, the more I think.
Yeah,
of it,
I fully agree.
he took his goal brilliantly well. He
got man of the match.
That's wrong.
So he did get man of the match. We saw that and we all went.
How can Rondon not get it?
Well, we thought either Rondon or Atsu. Those were the two shots.
I thought Perez was as good as Atsu. Like,
Yeah.
Perez did score a cracker now.
He did score.
And he had to play out of position for a long period of
Sky
time.
probably thought, fucking hell, mate, you just took an elbow to the face.
Well, no, because according to them, the commentators, that it wasn't a penalty.
Oh, fuck off. So, just before the winner, right? Just before the winner, the Wolverhampton winner, Manquillo goes down with cramp, right? He's been on the pitch for 30 minutes.
I was howling at that. Well, I thought, hold on, has he not been a bit clever here? Because
Well, I did.
it was in the 90th minute. They just put up a board to say there was 5 minutes of stoppage time.
So, Lascelles comes over, helps his cramp out. He barely touches him. He's up again. He's right, ready to go. Right. That was a bit time wasting, wasn't it? And that came back to bite us on the arse.
Well,
It didn't like.
it didn't make any difference.
It didn't for me.
Because he held the 5 up for 5 minutes, which I think was correct. People
Was
know
not
me were
press
going
and
mental.
stuff.
Well, was that enough? It took Edlin 4 minutes to get off the field. How long did it take him to walk off the
but
field?
he already.
I'm
It wasn't him walk. Well, he did walk off slowly.
Slow.
But the game wasn't waiting to restart as he was walking off.
But still.
Well, it was. We're waiting to take the free kick.
No, because they were still arguing over it and all of that kind of thing. The ball hadn't been placed down.
Still
They
goes to
weren't standing
stoppage
up the ball
time.
and all that kind of thing.
I thought 5 minutes was. I didn't want it to be 5
right.
minutes, but it was right.
I
Well, there was at
5
least 2.5 minutes just for substitutions.
Substitutions, yeah. So it
I
was
called
right.
5 minutes straight away.
Now Manquillo went down in that 5 minute period inside of it, and we didn't go over 5 minutes.
They were wasting time as well.
What I will say, going down to 10 men, them off had very, very little.
Yeah.
I thought we did very well to stifle that.
Well, you can't say
but-
that. They're the best team that have ever been promoted in the history of the Premier League.
That Neves was shit now. But anyway,
I don't know, he was shit. I think
Oh.
Diarmi was excellent against them.
he was poor. He doesn't like a winner's day. But where I started getting annoyed, and I kept saying it, was for some reason we were playing like we were getting beat 2-1 already.
So,
And we were bombing on, and I didn't understand why we were doing it.
So we lose the ball right hand side of the pitch, their half.
Yep.
Perez
is
lost the ball.
first man close to him, and he doesn't even try to track back.
Bingo!
So Perez just watches the player run.
So Kennedy's
Yes,
been getting a
yes, he
lot of
does.
stick. What's the matter? So Kennedy's getting a lot of stick now. I'll be honest, real time I didn't see it because you're too busy watching the player on the ball. The guy who scores the goal, the header,
He ran from the edge of his
runs
own box.
past Kennedy. Kennedy actually physically goes after him a little bit and goes, well, you're not going to dig out. Goal.
So it's a series of
Kennedy
errors.
has just come on the field.
Perez had the first opportunity to stop it.
Maybe, but
100%.
I'm sorry. Kennedy has just come on that field. He's only been on 10 minutes. All he done was lose the ball when he come on anyway. He is physically watch that player go past and think it's all right, and then he scores.
So
Kennedy
like I
once.
say, it is a series error. So Perez, Kennedy, but then Lascelles has enough time.
Well,
Lascelles
not
is
just-
still tracking back. I'm expecting Watkins.
Not just Lascelles as well. You had 4 players around him.
So Key was on a yellow card. So I don't expect him to high challenge him from behind.
And that was the thing for me, is Lascelles, on at least 2 occasions, pointed at him as if he was telling Key to tackle him or put a thing in. Key couldn't do it. He could have, but it's going to result in
you know
another.
what that goal was to me, right? That goal screamed of 95, 96 Newcastle, personally. I remember Liverpool,
I'll tell you what it screamed of me.
Just running back. Now, as you just said, there's 4 defenders there. If there's only one man back, I totally understand why you're doing
Yes.
that. Of course I get that.
They just left it
If
for
one
each other.
just goes for him,
Exactly.
and even if he misses him, there's another 4 behind you, man.
Yeah.
And if you clatter him, they've got a free kick from 40 yards out. I don't really care.
Hence why Key couldn't do it.
Unbelievable.
He's
Yes,
in the yellow
I
card.
agree.
That is it.
Lascelles has to just go.
Even if you don't want to tackle him, just stand in his way.
They're running you.
Let him run into you.
Or let him
Give
do
away a free kick.
Let him do something to beat you. He has to physically beat you.
If you
not just run away and let him
that's
get closer.
That's
and
what I mean.
closer,
If you don't think you're going to tackle him and be able to take the ball away from him, then just stop. Make
So
him
I
run
may
into
be
you
wrong
and give a
here,
free kick that way.
But I'm pretty confident we're around about 30 yards out when he first starts running towards our defence and
Yeah.
there's 4 of them on him.
I would probably agree
He
with you
picked
totally.
up the ball in his own half, nigh on the edge of his own
1-2
box.
did
Now,
the
it
triangles
came out
wasn't
there.
it, all the way.
What I had said at the time, and
He picked it up from his inside of his own half and ran from there through.
how can a player be in a position to be able to do that against us with 30 seconds to go?
In a
with 10
straight
men?
line.
In a straight line with 10 seconds to go, right? With 10 men, how can the game be in a position where he is just allowed to run straight out? We should be managing the game so much better than that, man. It
For
shouldn't
me,
be.
that's up to
That was like
your
Pardew's
captain.
stuff, man. It
And
was
this,
like-
this is what we say. He's the captain. He's the one that's supposed to lead by example. You clatter him.
Absolutely.
Of course you do.
I
agree
know
totally.
what you're saying there, but we
Gotta manage the
we
game
spent
better.
that entire second half in the ascendancy, looking like we were going to win that game.
No, but
So-
Rafa has said this time and time again. There is points in a game of football where you just can't lose. You might not win, but you then cannot lose.
So
In
when
fact,
you win in that 90th minute, you think, wait,
why the hell is Kennedy on the edge of their box and they're not tracking that guy? You think whoever it was that lost the ball in the first place, he was trying to almost go into goal, run to the corner, try and waste some time. It's I'm sorry, it's barbaric to be 10 men with 10 seconds to go with a point in your bag to then that happen.
You're only saying that now because Perez didn't pick the ball up and slot it in the top corner.
Oh, of course I am, yes.
So that is the very, very fine margins in football.
No, I know you're saying fine margins, but I can count on one hand the times that's come off for. The amount of times I've seen us by one and get beat is Sunderland, man. Crikey, we did it then.
That is exactly what
I
sprung to mind
could
for me.
sit here now and tell
it's
you
exactly the same
1,000
thing.
times I've heard it.
How many times
Yeah,
did they
that's
have
right.
an opportunity just to take him out at the knee? That is the.
I know.
I just cannot get my head round the fact that you either don't just fucking put him 6 foot in the air, or you just stand in front of him, make him run into you. You by any means necessary,
If
you
Fernandes
stop
is
that
on
man.
that pitch, he takes him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
If Dummett's on the pitch, he takes him out.
It was
The thing is, he gets the shot away. Dubravka makes a decent
Great save.
save.
He does do a good save. Yeah.
It's the only thing Dubravka can really do.
Oh God,
Hide over that side, and there's a player just being headed in.
that's when it you feel like it's all against you, don't
As
you?
soon as he saved that, and I saw him at the back, I went, "Oh no!"
I know, mate. I know. It was shit. It was so undeserved. It was just awful. It was one of them. Oh, it was just awful.
And that's why I didn't mind us still trying to get, because I never thought I didn't see we were getting beat.
That just hit the bar 10 minutes before that one. You can't say that.
If you take everything into account, you're down to 10 men.
Aye, with 10 seconds to go, man.
Yeah.
You've got to
And I think
manage the game
that's
better.
what that's what probably encouraged everybody on, is that the fact that we'd been down to 10 men, but we'd played so well, we'd caused so much havoc,
I
we'd
know,
created
but-
so many chances.
So full time comes, the players go off the pitch. more booze start as soon as our full time
That
whistle
was-
was.
absolutely
it was to
pathetic,
the,
that.
no, that
Was
was
that
to
for the referee?
the
No,
referee.
absolutely was not.
Nah,
Absolutely was
bollocks.
not.
Absolute
So
bollocks.
I
Nah,
was under the
not
impression.
So who,
that.
so who do you think it was to then?
It was to the players.
Nah.
100%.
I was under the impression if you're booing the officials, the players have got off the pitch.
So
then you boo.
so
them.
that
Then they did
that
get allowed.
happened. So when they were all celebrating everything like that, then the referee and the linesman went off, and there was massive boos for that. But as soon as that final whistle blew, the fucking idiots that are in that ground that think fucking that sit there, the whinge on, expect we to win week in week out. When we don't, they are the ones. They are 100% booed because we lost that game.
So I'm with Mark on this. Hence why about 3 seconds after the boo started, applause started, and people trying to counteract
Yeah.
what was going on.
And
Then
the
obviously
corner,
when
the
finish-
single
Was that people-
section
was that
started
people
singing
just-
in.
Was that people just surmising that they were booing because they were booing the players? Or?
It's just, I was under the impression if you're booing officials, you boo when they walk off the pitch.
Exactly, and that happened. 100% that happened.
You notice not one single player stayed on the pitch though.
Kennedy was the first one down the tunnel.
So the
First
cells
one.
were straight down there. There was a few of them heads down.
Well,
straight down.
in
It's
fairness-
a bitch to take, isn't it?
They're going to be kicking out of the dressing room. They're going to be on off it.
Well,
That's
what-
fair enough. You know.
But what do you expect when they've just been booed for fucking grafting the arses off and putting in a fantastic performance
I don't even think
for a
they-
kick in the teeth?
I don't even think that they would have even heard it. I don't even think they'd been even acknowledged it or even thought of it because they're just so devastated that they
Yeah.
lost.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it would have mattered to be honest anyway. But
I thought it was fucking absolutely ridiculous.
if
Absolutely
I'm agreeing
ridiculous.
with what you're saying, then it is a disgrace. Absolutely. I feel that it's one of them though, isn't it? When you concede in the last minute, that it's hard for certain groups of fans. I'm not saying boo. That's probably the wrong thing.
Best
but
feeling in the world when you score last minute.
yeah,
as
and
well,
it's
isn't
the worst to concede,
That's
isn't it?
ridiculous.
It's hard to express
Sick of
your
it.
anger, and some people are just then doing what you just said. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it was aimed at the players or not. But
So you've probably all figured out, everyone listening and watching, we didn't boycott the game.
yeah, well, obviously that got cancelled. I think that was the right thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would have went anyway. I said that from the start. But there was only 50,000 there though, so there was still a fell few.
So
And they had a
I was
few
looking at
fans.
this. I was looking at the start of the game, and there was lots of big gaps
There's always gaps.
in the no, but
There's always
like
gaps.
even where like particularly the Strawberry Corner had a lot of 4s and 5s of empty seats. There was the same in the East Stand, Gallagate. When you looked at the Milburn, you probably wouldn't have noticed it because it would have been like up behind
Yeah,
you.
to
And they're
me-
the ones that are the ones that probably the last tickets to go. There was massive pots of those empty.
to me, I thought it looked quite busy.
Aaron saw you in the Platinum Club
Oh, did he? Aye.
at full time.
Aye.
And do you know who he said you looked like?
Who?
Do you know when we conceded the 4th goal against Liverpool and Keegan was slumped over the boards?
Oh,
He said
yeah.
that was you because you're sitting here
Aye.
the thing, didn't he?
I sit right there. I've got no one in front of me. I've
He
got like a
said,
thing.
I walked past Dick and he's just hanging over
Aye, I
the
was.
boards.
Yeah, I was. Aye, he's right. Aye, he's right.
It was fucking absolutely deflating, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I was one of the last out of the ground actually. I think I was one of the last out of the stadium because I remember when I physically got up, there was no one left. No one. I was just. It just hurts you, doesn't it? It just hurts. What I would say though is because we've been so shit at home this season, it doesn't sting for as long as it used to.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we used to lose a game, it stuck with us for a week.
Yeah.
But we're home record, am I right in thinking, has been the worst it's ever been?
Lost 6 of 8 or something daft like that.
It's the worst it's ever been in its Premier League history. So it doesn't sting as much as it used to, but that really hurt because it was unfair on the players, I thought. I really did. The players didn't deserve that. Like,
So
no
the
way.
good news coming through today is that Lejeune is playing tonight. He's probably playing as we speak right now. He's probably finished.
He's already been injured.
You like, fucking hell, mate. Did he play it?
He's playing.
He's
All
playing,
right. So that's only good news. We'll
Yeah,
speak about that on the next one because we're going to do a preview of the Huddersfield game. We'll speak about Lejeune and the possibilities centre back going forward. Have we got anything to add for the Wolverhampton game?
Mike Dean's a cunt.
There you go.
At least you completed the sentence. We're struggling.
Yeah. Send in some suggestions.
That's why I put it on there.
Hashtag Mike Dean is a.
Hashtag
Aye.
Mike Dean is a. Give us your best ideas.
I had something, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't important. It's fine.
Alright. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We've got a special podcast coming up with Lee Clark.
Aye, Clarky. Aye. Happy days. Love a
Bye.
bit, Clarky.